Greetings everyone. My name is Dr. Sarla Devi Mariam Dharam Chettiar. I'm a senior lecturer with University Utara, Malaysia, or known as the Northern University of Malaysia. My presentation is all about money mule recruitment among university students in Malaysia, focusing onto the effectiveness of awareness program on job criteria as prevention catalyst. This study is about money mules recruitment and students being the targeted victims. Accepting the job offer from criminals will be studied from awareness perspective, their understanding on the job criteria, the rewards, the hidden criminal elements behind the scene, and this research will have an outcome of framework having the related variables being developed relating to the money mules recruitment. Technology advancement in this era has sparked a lot of digital innovations which are very inspiring. However, there are new challenges have emerged in the aspect of fraud, scam and cybercrimes, generating a lot of illegal funds that are cleansed via money laundering scheme. And the money mules are introduced as part of this money laundering cycle to avoid the criminals being visible to the law enforcement. All right, let's look at the motivation factors for this research work. Firstly, financial crimes incur enormous financial losses in the global economy and also in the Malaysian context. The National Risk Assessment by Malaysian regulator of Bank Negara Malaysia in 2017 reported that money mule is among the highly observed crime and risk. And in one interview, Bank Negara official also indicate that students from higher learning institutions in Malaysia have become favorite targets of Macau scam syndicates. Students are tricked and criminals take advantage on their financial needs. Malaysian police also have been reporting increasing number of money mule cases, and among those being arrested due to money mule cases are students. So what is the problem this research intends to solve? Students have become favorite targets of criminal networks. Students are accepting the job offer considering the attractive financial incentive and the flexibility. The criminal elements are actually hidden behind the job criteria. So the problem here is that it is unseen, it is undetected by the students when they are accepting the job offer. So being aware, having an awareness on this criteria, on the job criteria, will enable the students to understand, to see the criminal element and make a conscious decision before accepting the job. This study covers students from Malaysian universities and colleges from undergraduate and postgraduate studies, and within the age range of 19 to 34. There's one limitation that we could foresee. Students, when they are being surveyed, they might not be providing accurate information with the fear that their involvement in any of the criminal activities might get disclosed. The outcome of this research is expected to benefit various sectors in terms of education, internet and communication governance, digital economy, and big data analytics. The national education policy, the orientation programs, counseling program can be further enhanced to include the awareness of this money mule recruitment. Internet communication governance processes can be further enhanced to ensure that money mule recruitment is actually an element considered in the governance policies. The financial industry players may benefit by predefining the money mule crime as one of the interruptive parameter. And lastly, in the aspect of big data analytics, money mules recruitment to be included as one of the behavioral parameter into the algorithm of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now let's look at some of the statistics related to this study. Firstly, in the perspective of internet has become a popular platform where the internet users have been increasing year-on-year basis. Using internet, the smartphone users, social media users, internet banking users have been tremendously increasing. It was also noted that internet users between the age group of 20 to 30 has conquered the usage of internet more than 55%, and they consume the platform for more than 7 hours on daily basis. Now, another study has also indicated that social media or social networks have become an addictive platform where students are actually spending on average more than 4 hours in a day in that platform, and they become restless when the social media becomes not available. Alright, let's look at some of the literatures related to the study. Unlawful activities generates massive illicit funds. The money trail exposes the criminal. Therefore, the money is laundered, meaning money is cleansed. The illegal funds are disconnected from the original source, but at the end of the day, the criminal still benefit from the proceeds. So money laundering has got 3 stages: placement, layering, and integration. Money mules are not part of the criminal network. Money mules are characters introduced within the money laundering cycle. They are placed within certain stages of money laundering cycle so that they perform all the relevant fund transfers, the money transfers between accounts, between individuals, locally, and also to foreign accounts, so that the money trail becomes far and far from the original criminal source or criminal activity. So with this, the money finally reaches the criminal, but the money mule will be facing the action from the law enforcement. This is the money mule process flow. The money cheated, taken from the cybercrime, fraud, scam victims will be placed in the money mule's accounts. Money mules then, as instructed by the criminals, will perform whatever required money transfers, whether to local accounts or any individuals in foreign country, foreign bank accounts, or even do cash withdrawals and hand over the cash to whichever individual instructed by the criminal. So what is the anatomy behind this money mule recruitment? Criminals post advertisement on job vacancy for certain positions such as client manager, account manager, money transfer manager, and they are all fake positions. And some of the criteria that is actually posted in the advertisements are flexible working hours, work from home, high financial income, commission based, no experience required, and so on. Now the students, when they read those criteria, no experience required or very less experience required, work from home, flexible working hours, high financial incentive, that means good income, and all this made them to be qualified. They feel they become qualified, they apply to it, and they get into the trap of being victimized by the criminals. So there are 4 main methods being used by the criminals to recruit the money mules. They either meet them face to face through certain agents or brokers. They use online job scam or online job search engines, social media through social networks such as Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and various social media, and of course through online dating websites using romance scam mechanism. Based on a research, 50% students are happy to accept a job offer which indicates no experience required, and 50% of them interested for job that requires work from home. So let's look at some of the common criteria seen in the money mule job offers and the advertisements. Okay, they promise a lot of money, high commission, high financial incentives, high flexibility, work from home. Emails are not from organizational emails, are very much public emails. They don't require much experience or very less experience. The only thing they will mention is that in terms of personal usage of personal bank accounts, um, and there are those advertisements are very much simplified. They are not very much professional like comes from an organization. It's very much simplified adverts. Once the students or the victims accept the job offer, they'll be receiving a kind of a contract or agreement to formalize the process, and thereafter they'll be requested to provide their bank details, their bank accounts, or open new bank accounts, and instruction will be given via emails on the money transfers that they have to do. It is important to take note that romance scam is an upcoming trend where criminals cultivate relationship with the victim. They target the victim and cultivate relationship, earn their trust, and thereafter convince them to perform all the related fund transfers. So the friend request that's being received in most of the social media, for example in the Facebook, could be coming from a fake profile. And similar to that, the criminals actually creates fake company profiles and put up job advertisements and trap the victims. Right, let's look at the Malaysian higher education students' financial situation. Now, the cost of study, no scholarship, less scholarship, high dependency on the parents to fund their or to sponsor their studies may result in financial strain and financial imbalance, which becomes a motivation factor for them to look for a job. So as such, they look for a job that actually matches their criteria, where they can get a very high income with high flexibility. So these are the moments where they get trapped with the criminals and are being recruited as money mules. And of course, also to take note, the desire on a lavish lifestyle also is an equivalent motivation factor why students go and look for job to have an income, and that's how they also get trapped with the criminals and being recruited as money mules. Okay, awareness is considered as a prevention tool, and in the context of this study, awareness exposes the criminal activities, and the underlying threats. It prepares the students for the battle and avoid them from being victimized. It is noted that students are actually vulnerable to cyber threats because of their lack of understanding, lack of awareness on the threats. So the knowledge and the awareness will become a shield protecting them from the criminals from being victimized. This study will address the gap with regards to the awareness of the job criteria pertaining to money mule recruitment. Alright, there are 7 hypotheses formulated in this research. So the first thing, fraudsters and criminals have specific modus operandi for money mule recruitment. They employ various techniques. Students are the favorite targets of the criminal networks as they become easy targets. The criminals take advantage on the financial needs of the students. Students do not have clear understanding on the job description and the job functions offered. Social media highly influence the mindset of the students to be recruited by the criminals, and lack of awareness and understanding on the job criteria and rewards results in students accepting the jobs offered by criminal networks. Corresponding to the hypothesis, this research will meet 7 objectives. This research will examine the phenomenon of money mule recruitment and the modus operandi of the criminals. It examines the techniques employed, and it examines the reason why students have become favorite targets of criminal networks. It examines the job description and job functions offered to students. It also examines the understanding of students on the job description and the job functions. It will examine the social media influence, and of course it will assess the effectiveness of awareness program on the job criteria that will implant the mindset in students to scrutinize the job offering before accepting the job. Relating to the research objective, there are several questions that will be answered in this research. So what is the modus operandi of money mule recruiters? What is the current money mule recruitment techniques being employed by the criminals? And why students have become the favorite targets or favorite or easy targets of fraudsters? So what are the job functions and criteria offered by the criminals? And what is the current understanding of students on the job criteria offered by the criminals? So what is the mindset of students on social media in the perspective of accepting the job offer? And would awareness program on job criteria create scrutinizing mindset among students? In this study, both quantitative and qualitative research methods will be used. Firstly, the quantitative methodology will involve survey with students that will be done in 2 stages, before and after awareness program, and qualitative method will be done through structured interviews with subject matter experts from the financial, education, and cybersecurity sector. Right, further to this research, a framework with related variables on money mule recruitment, students, awareness, job criteria, law enforcement will be developed. With that, thank you, and that's the end of my presentation.